The thing that I would miss most is football season. Um, First thing is before every game, you go in the locker room, get pumped up, listen to our music or whatnot. I mean, it's probably my favorite time before the game. And I got two more things. During practice, Emery Smart comments. They're pretty funny or whatnot. And after every game when All-American is crying, for some reason, don't know why, but it's All-American. But I love y'all and I'm going to miss y'all this year, or next year.
Well, what I missed the most of this senior year is probably when I played the junior varsity games. And I'm a senior, guys. And then not playing until the fourth quarter, about 2 minutes out of the fourth quarter. And I just didn't get a chance to play a lot for the varsity games. Parentheses, sarcasm.
I think the thing I'll miss the most about next season will be tackling drills with Coach Norton and team defense, and just having QB and lineman time with Husey and Drake on the goal line, and just being with the guys every day and having a good time at the games, and quoting Coach Clifton quotes over and over again. Probably that would be things I'll miss the most.
The thing I'm going to miss the most is probably killing Husey every day at practice, breaking his helmet one time, and it's probably just going to be the team. I'm going to miss y'all for real.
What I'll miss the most about my senior year during football is quote-unquote junior high senior. A 30-yard kickoff return against Donahoe. And most definitely is I'll miss all the players. Love you guys.
My advice to next I can't. My advice to next year's team would be I can't do it.
My advice for next year's team. First thing is, all of y'all are family. Remember that. Y'all gonna go through the thick and thin next year. Y'all gonna go through running, conditioning, blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, y'all just gotta stick together, no matter what. During the game, during practice. Even if you're up by 60, even if you're down by 60, give it everything you got. Don't know what your last play is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta say it real talk. All right. And just play your hearts out next year. I love y'all. I'm gonna come back and come visit y'all and come help out during practice if I can. If they let me. All right. Love y'all.
My advice to next year's team would be to play every play like it's your last, because soon it's going to be your last play ever in high school football. And you need to look back and ask yourself if you played every play hard as you could. True.
If I had to give advice to my next year's team, I would say don't get too turned, but you need to play hard. I would say give it all you got on the field, and I'll leave you with this. Hustle, quit, and never hit.
My advice to next year's team would be to play every play like it's your last. I'm done.
I messed up on that one. So it's actually hustle, hit, and never quit. This is for all the receivers and cornerbacks for next year. My advice would be that you would catch the ball 100% with your hands, not your body, or I will jump over that fence and I'll catch it for you. And for the corners, you make sure you run your coverage and do not let the receiver fly by you, because if he does, that will be a touchdown for the opponents. So that's my advice.
I think if I could leave any advice to next year's team, it would be just to enjoy yourself, because that's the real reason you play, and because the game's fun. And just don't stop fighting, because the score may not be in your favor, but you won't have any regrets later if you just give it your all and have a good time and play. Yeah, that would be my advice for next year's team.
My favorite memory was when we were watching We were watching film this year, and it was a Woodville game. And right before halftime, I made a sack, and we would look over at the sideline on the film. Coach Tuart just face plants. It was pretty funny.
My favorite memory from this football season is our first win at Woodville and our bus ride back. That was probably the funnest bus ride I ever had after a game. And my other memory is when my dad jumped the fence at the Jacksonville Christian game. It was pretty funny.
I think my favorite memory, probably my favorite memory of my 2 seasons here playing football would be last year in my very first football game. We were playing our jamboree at Gaston, and I had a 67-yard touchdown on my first drive playing quarterback. And then that year, the same year, we played Shades Mountain at homecoming and won by 2 points, and it was a really exciting game. Those are probably my favorite memories from my 2 seasons.
My favorite memory for the football season is when I became Beast Twin, when we had Coach Reed and all them during practice fields. My favorite memory of the season, of the entire season, was last year during summer workouts. Went on the field and I ran my 4.7 second 40-yard dash, which is.
I think my favorite quote was probably last year, Coach Clifton again, when we were watching Soul Surfer. I don't know why, for an inspirational video for a football game. And after the movie, he said, "Y'all aren't out there playing a bunch of sharks. She only had one arm, but y'all have both of y'all, so y'all don't have to worry about that." And I think we all pretty much lost it at that point.
Probably my favorite quote of this entire season was last year during summer workouts. We had Coach Clifton, who was running the 440s. I ran all the way, almost until the big. Just cut it. My favorite Coach Clifton quote. Probably the funniest and my favorite quote of the entire season was last year. We had to do summer workouts, and we ran 440s on the game field. And I went to the fence, throwing up. And then Coach Clifton told me, "Get off the fence!" My favorite Coach Clifton quote from last year was like during summer workouts. One group, he told everybody on one group, "Stare at the pride sign."
My favorite quote from Coach Clifton is when we had practice one day and he changed the snap count or whatever. And I forgot who said what, but Coach Clifton heard what they said. He was like, "I heard that! It's called discipline!"
My favorite quote would be last year at Spring Garden. Before the game, we're in the locker room. Coach Clifton walks in there and goes, "There's 2 things I like to do. Chew bubble gum and kicking butt. And boys, I'm fresh out of bubble gum." Walked out of the locker room. We just all died.
If I had to choose someone to replace me next year, it'd probably be Reese Myrick because my number 3 jersey hasn't came in yet for this season, and I've always been wearing number 4. Every time I'm on the field, every time I make a tackle, they always call out Reese Myrick.
If I had to pick anybody to replace me next year, it would be David Kim because he's the best football player in Etowah County and all of the United States.
If I had to choose anybody to replace me next year, it'd actually be 2 people because I play 2 positions. But at quarterback, I would choose Caden Lipscomb because to this day he still throws a better spiral than I do. And at safety, my little brother Wesley because my coaches swear we look exactly the same at practice. And hopefully the next year the other teams will think the same thing.
If I had to choose who would replace me next year for next year's team, I would pick All-American Noah Davison because he never started, and I know how that feels. And because he has more effort than anybody else and good sportsmanship.
Okay, oh my God. Well, y'all know what I'm trying to say, but I would say the J-Stone.